So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Listen, man, are y'all seeing what's going on the news right now? Man, between COVID and everything else, the war talks right now, just shut your TV off, bro. If you need somebody for entertainment, I got you. I got you. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying be, you know what I mean, oblivious to what's going on in the world. No, watch a little bit of it and then shut it down, bro. Just for your mental health purposes. All right, come chill and kick it with us. So we went from unsolved cases now to unsolved photo mysteries. This is the top 20 creepiest unsolved photo mysteries. All right. If you're new to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button, join the fam, and once you do that and become part of us, this thing of ours, we like the mob. Then we just need a moment of silence for the haters. That's enough. And then run the likes up, baby. Make sure y'all run the likes up. Let's go.
And those photographs were published all around the world, and nobody's been able to prove that the images are not real.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 creepiest unsolved photo mysteries.
The camera looks down through the doorway and sees in as far as here.
Stephen Michalak was tested for radiation poisoning.
Skunky! Skunky! Arr, skunky!
For this list, we're looking at creepy, unsettling, or bizarre photos with unexplained backstories. Do you have an explanation for any of these pictures? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20. The White Lady of Worsted Church. A couple's trip to Norfolk's Worsted Church produced what's arguably one of the most convincing ghost pictures in modern history. Peter Berthelot snapped a photo of his wife praying alone on one of the church benches. When the photo was developed, it showed that the wife was not alone at all, as there appears to be a whitish figure sitting behind her. Further investigation revealed that the ghost of an 1800s healer called the White Lady was long believed to haunt the church grounds.
Oh no. No, I'm not knocking nobody. Let's get that clear first and foremost. Not knocking you for your religion. If I see that, I'm not going back to that church, bro. No. No. That was a personal relationship and prayer she was trying to have with the higher power, bro. Not nobody in the back trying to listen in.
And that the photo apparently captured the entity. Diane Berthelot believed in the validity of the photo so much that it resurrected her religious verve. Number 19. The Extra Hand. Back in 2013, Reddit hosted a thread about glitch in the Matrix events that its users had experienced. One of the most popular stories from the thread came from user The Forbidden One. It included a photo of 4 young boys, each of whom can be seen making a hand gesture. On the right side of the photo, between the shirtless boy and the one in black, is a mysterious hand giving a thumbs up. The hand obviously does not belong to any of the boys, and the poster claimed to have no idea who it belonged to. So how the heck did that mystery thumb come to be? Or do we even want to know?
I know exactly what you mean.
Number 18. The Grand Canyon Grim Reaper. This photo surfaced on Reddit in the early 21st century and has been the subject of much scrutiny ever since. The poster claimed that the photo...
Anybody standing there just like that has a death wish, bro. Or you just like playing too close to the edge. Why? Why? A good gust of wind. You're done. You're out of here. You gotta make sure you got everything, your will in order, your life insurance policies, all that type of stuff, bro, if you're going out there to do that. That's crazy.
Taken sometime in the 70s or 80s, shows his uncle standing on a rock ledge overlooking the Grand Canyon. What they didn't realize, until the photo was developed that is, was that a figure was standing in the foliage behind him. The person appears to be wearing a black cloak, looks much taller than a human, and very much resembles...
It's the Grim Reaper, dude! Oh.
The uncle and his friends who took the photo claim that they never saw the figure, and were the only ones occupying that spot of the canyon. Anybody else have goosebumps? Number 17. The Solway Firth Spaceman. An astronaut? A ghost? A beekeeper? This mysterious figure in white has fascinated people for decades. On May 23, 1964, English firefighter Jim Templeton was on a day trip in Cumbria with his wife Annie and daughter Elizabeth. He snapped 3 photos of his daughter, only to discover that the middle photo included someone standing behind her. After he brought it to the press, the photo went viral. And naturally, we guess, a lot of people concluded that extraterrestrials must be to blame. Investigative journalist David Clark has suggested the figure was Templeton's wife, and that her dress showed up as white due to overexposure. A trick of the camera or aliens? We'll let you decide. Number 16. The Hook Island Sea Monster. Located off the coast of Queensland.
Hey, y'all seen that fool out there in that small boat? Hold on, I'm trying to go back to it.
Number 16.
Look at him. That small boat, bro. Something just nudge you in the slightest. It's over with. And you in the water with whatever it wants to get you. Speaking of which, y'all seen that viral video going around with the gator? How the lady was in the tank with the gator and she was doing something. He snapped onto her hand, started to do the little roll, so she rolled with him. Yo, if y'all ain't seen that, man, I might get an opportunity to put it on my Instagram. So y'all go follow me at TMG for life or TMG fan for life. I gotta figure it out. If I remember it, I'll put it in the comment section or the description.
The Hook Island Sea Monster. Located off the coast of Queensland, Australia, Hook Island is one of the beautiful Whitsunday Islands. It made international news in 1964 after a man named Robert Le Sirach released a series of photos he took in Hook Island's Stonehaven Bay. The photos seem to depict a massive tadpole-like creature under the surface of the water. A small boat with a human passenger can be seen near the monster's tail, giving the photo a sense of scale. It is by far one of the most popular photographs in cryptozoology and has been widely discussed and theorized about for decades. Number 15. The Hampton Court Ghost. By the River Thames in the Greater London area is Hampton Court, a popular royal court palace dating back to the early 16th century.
Many have lived and died here. Small wonder then that it is often considered to be one of the most haunted buildings in Britain.
In the winter of 2003, security was continuously called to the palace's clock court as a fire escape door kept opening on its own. Upon looking at the security footage, they were met with a horrifying sight.
A figure, a rather strange, tall, spare figure, appears after the doors open and closes them.
What looks like a cloaked and skeletal figure can be seen opening and closing the doors. That very same day, a tourist had reported seeing a ghostly figure in the exact same area. If this is indeed a ghost, then the Hampton Court Palace needs an exorcist.
What's important, what's interesting, is not who closed these doors, but what opened them.
Number 14. The Falcon Lake Incident. Canada is home to one of the most documented and convincing UFO stories in modern history. A man named Stephen Michalak claimed to have been burned by a UFO near Manitoba's Falcon Lake in May 1967.
According to Stephen, the craft rotated counterclockwise, knocking him backwards and setting his shirt on fire.
In fact, the supposed attack has become such an integral part of Canadian legend that it was depicted on the Royal Canadian Mint's $20 silver coin. The famous picture shows Michalak sitting in a bed with numerous circles burned into his skin in a grid-like pattern. One skeptic believes that Michalak was injured while prospecting for ore, and that he lied about a UFO to scare other prospectors away. However, that's just one theory of many. The truth remains unknown.
Stephen still is not sure what it was he saw back in 1967.
Number 13. The Skunk Ape. Every region has its own unique cryptozoological creature, and Florida has the skunk ape. As its name suggests,
As if they needed something else. As if the gators weren't enough down there. Now you need the skunk ape?
the skunk ape is said to resemble a walking ape, specifically an orangutan, and carries a horrible odor.
They got a smell. It's a definite odor. Smells like a wet dog or a goat, maybe.
It's essentially the Sasquatch of the East, and a stinky one at that. The most famous photo of the skunk ape is known as the Mayaka photo, and it depicts a large, black, and hairy creature with red eyes and sharp bottom teeth. The photo was taken by a Florida woman who noticed that a creature was stealing apples from her backyard. Believing it to be an escaped orangutan, the woman notified the police. However, the creature had escaped by the time they arrived.
There are a lot of people who've went into the woods around here and never came out.
Number 12. The Backseat Ghost. In 1959, Mabel Chinnery took one of the most famous ghost photographs of all time. Chinnery was visiting her mother's grave and had brought along a camera. She took a spontaneous photo of her husband, who was waiting in the car nearby. When the picture was developed, the couple noticed the eerie visage of a mysterious person sitting in the back seat. The person appears to be wearing glasses, and their white collar shirt is readily apparent. Chinnery claimed that the mystery person looks exactly like her deceased mother. Some skeptics believe this is a case of double exposure or some type of reflection or trick of the light, but others are not so sure. Number 11. The SS Watertown Haunting. In 1924, 2 crew members of the SS Watertown died mysteriously while cleaning a cargo tank. The deaths were attributed to leaked gas fumes in the closed quarters, and since the ship was nowhere near land, the bodies were buried at sea. In the days following the burial, the crew reported seeing the faces of the dead in the waves, and several photos were taken of the water. All of them came out normal, except for this one.
Yo, how crazy would that be for you to see that, the faces of the dead in the sea, bro? I don't think I'd be able to sleep for a week just in fear that I would see that vision as soon as I close my eyes, bro. The dead, and seeing the faces of the dead in the sea? Come on, man. What else y'all gonna do to us, bro?
What's more, this photo reportedly survived several investigations by experts who concluded it has never been doctored. While a few articles like those in the Fortean Times claim to debunk the photo, conclusive evidence against its veracity has yet to be agreed upon. Number 10. The Hessdalen Lights. Since at least the 1930s, strange lights have appeared in the skies around Norway's Hessdalen Valley. Balls of light of different colors that hover or move sharply across the night skies. Occurring with alarming regularity between 1981 and 1984, the lights attracted tourists, who could see the lights 15 to 20 times a week on average. One photo captured the phenomenon incredibly, with the lights appearing as a giant ethereal cluster with a prismed rainbow reflected underneath. Though UFOs are often cited as the supposed culprit, scientists have come up with several hypotheses ranging from the combustion of natural elements to the ionization of certain particles. The lights still occur in the early 21st century, but less frequently than before. The picture remains unexplained. Number 9. The Spectre of Newby Church. This 1963 photo taken of the Newby Church in North Yorkshire, UK, features an unexpected figure in the right corner. The spectre, the supposed ghost of a 16th century monk, appears to have a shroud over his face and his hands in a position of worship or mourning. Experts have examined the photo, and though the figure was theorized to be a case of double exposure, it was concluded that this is not the case, and that the photo is genuine. But that's not even the spookiest part. In relation to the items in the photo, the figure would be 9 feet tall. Number 8. Goddard's Squadron Ghost, also known as the Ghost of Freddie Jackson. If you're a connoisseur of ghost photos, this is your holy grail. Freddie Jackson was reportedly an air mechanic who was accidentally killed by an airplane propeller. 2 days after the accident, the squadron of Sir Victor Goddard took a photo together without Freddie. But sure enough, Freddie turned up when the photo was developed. In the back row on the left side, the face of the dead mechanic, not wearing a hat, appears behind one of the soldiers' heads. Believers insist that this photo is evidence of the presence of spirits in our physical world, especially considering it was produced in 1919, many years before modern photo tampering software could have rendered such a believable fake. Number 7. The Babushka Lady. No JFK conspiracy would be complete without the Babushka Lady. Many photos and videos of the assassination capture the lady in close proximity to the attack, including one taken moments after the shooting. Curiously, she doesn't duck or flee when it occurs. Instead, she's shown filming from a valuable point that would have provided priceless footage, which is why everyone tried to find her. Despite numerous claims by individuals, the Babushka Lady's identity has never been confirmed. The mystery surrounding her identity...
She an assassin, bro. Any person that don't flinch or move at the mere sound of gunshots, bro, you can't tell me otherwise. That's an assassin.
Attire and actions puts her in the center of the conspiracy, with some thinking she might have had a role in the assassination itself. Number 6. The Black Knight Satellite. This photo, released by NASA in 1998, shows a large, irregularly shaped object orbiting the Earth. Conspiracy theorists believe this is an alien satellite that's been surveying our planet for 13,000 years. Their evidence runs all the way back to Nikola Tesla's 1899 radio experiment, in which extraterrestrial sounds were recorded, and the supposed satellite has been the supposed culprit for nearly every unexplainable radio signal in the years since.
Y'all remember we talked about this, right? It's funny how it keeps getting brought up.
Space journalist and former NASA engineer James Oberg offers a much more reasonable explanation. It's a thermal blanket confirmed lost on one of the space missions, or some other type of debris, but this has yet to be proven. Number 5. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. For 400 years, Raynham Hall in Norfolk, England has served as the seat of the Townsend family. Within its walls is the purported ghost of Lady Dorothy Walpole, the sister of Britain's first Prime Minister and wife of the violent Charles Townsend. It is also the setting of what's perhaps the most famous ghost photograph of all time. Taken by Hubert C. Provand and Indra Shira, the photo seemingly depicts the ghost of Lady Dorothy Walpole descending the estate's main staircase. It was spontaneously taken after Shira noticed a misty form on the stairs. The famous photograph was published in Country Life magazine in December 1936 and became a sensation. Number 4. The Deceased Husband. This famous photograph shows an elderly woman sitting on a chair and posing for the camera.
Ladies, what y'all doing? Huh? Your deceased husband shows up in your photo. What are y'all doing? I need to know. Are you freaking out? Are you clutching the photo, putting it under your pillow? Is that a sign? Is he okay? Is he trying to tell you something? What you doing?
Standing directly behind her is an elderly man. The story goes that the woman had been suffering from dementia and had been speaking out loud to her long-deceased husband. The woman's daughter took a photo of her mother and, upon development, saw the ghostly image of her deceased father. She also uploaded a black and white photo of her mother and father from their younger years, and the man in question shares an eerie resemblance to the one seen in the ghost photo. Number 3. The Tulip Staircase Ghost. In 1966, a former clergyman from White Rock, British Columbia, paid a visit to the Queen's House in the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich, England. Believing he was alone, he took a photo of the historic Tulip Staircase. But after development of said photo, a mysterious figure is seen. An unmistakable entity, shrouded and despaired, looks like it's holding onto the railing and trying to climb the staircase. This section of the museum has long been rumored to be haunted, with strange paranormal phenomena having been reported in prior years. The photo was reportedly submitted for examination, and the findings stated that no alterations had been made. Number 2. The McMinnville UFO photos. They're among the most iconic UFO photos ever taken. In 1950, Paul and Evelyn Trent noticed a mysterious object hovering over their farm in McMinnville, Oregon. Paul was able to snap several photos before it zipped off. The photos caused quite a stir, appearing in Life magazine and newspapers, and igniting a debate that's never really ended. Various explanations have been suggested. Physicist Bruce Maccabee argues that the UFO was a, quote, real physical object. Skeptics are nonetheless convinced they were faked. The truth may be out there, but for now, it remains a mystery.
No, and they've taken another look at it as recently as 1999, and the government is still unable to debunk it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to be notified of things and one of the most famous photographs in human history depicts an unknown man standing in front of a column of tanks in China's Tiananmen Square. Taken in June of 1989, the photo remains censored in China, as is all mention of the Tiananmen Square massacre, in which hundreds to thousands of civilians were killed. Despite being an iconic photograph, the fate and identity of the tank man remains unknown.
And I looked and I said, this guy's crazy.
Some people believe he was taken and executed by the Chinese Communist Party. Others believe he escaped to Taiwan and became an archaeologist. Yet others believe that he was never in danger and continued to live a normal life on the Chinese mainland. It remains
Either way, you're bold, bruh. You're bold.
A tantalizing, fascinating mystery.
It really wasn't until years later that I realized what I had, which is an iconic photo.
Do you agree with our picks? Check.
Sounded like to me he made a lot of money off of that photo. That's that wealth talk. Wasn't until years later that I realized right there you cut off, forget whatever else he said after that. That's where the wealth talk ended. All right. But yeah, man, it's some crazy stuff. Do y'all believe in those photos? Maybe it's the flash that catches the paranormal. Is it the flash so quick and it captures it? Or is it just mere, you know what I mean, mess up of the film, development of the film, errors in development, something like that? What do y'all think? I don't know. When it comes to this stuff, some of this stuff is hard to debunk, bro. And it's hard to unsee. So, but y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know what you think. Stick around and stay tuned to the next reaction of my piece. Y'all stay solid. Hey.